Hello and welcome to Between the Skeins, where color meets conversation. My name is Meg and I am the yarn dyer behind Megs & Co. and I'm so happy that you are here. So today it is time to face reality, and that is this big pile next to me. So if you are ready to dive in, let's get to it. I made a big proclamation and declared out into the universe that I was going to finish or frog every single languishing whip that I had out there. I had just felt that all of my projects were kind of getting a little bit out of control, and I was just feeling a little overwhelmed. Like I just wasn't really enjoying the pace of my crafting anymore. And this pile especially was just kind of becoming a little unfriendly to my creative space. And so I want to take the time to finally go through the pile, see what's in here, get to the bottom of it literally, and see what is bringing me joy, what do I want to finish, and what am I going to let go of, and actually start finishing projects. So I thought it would be really fun to bring you guys along and tackle the pile. There's a lot of projects in here that I know are going to surprise me, that I've completely forgotten about. This is going to be a very 100% unscripted episode. I've done no research. I've not peeked. I've just gathered everything together. So I've not looked up patterns or designer names. So it'll probably be a lot of, having to put things up afterwards, because I'm sure it's going to be a lot of, I can't remember the name, I can't remember the designer, so bear with me a little bit, but we're going to do this. We're going to dive in. We're going to be surprised together. We're going to have to make some big decisions, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready to do it. Hopefully it's not like too overwhelming. Originally, I had said that I wasn't going to do this. I was just going to kind of finish something and then maybe like pick one or two things up and evaluate it that way. But I don't know. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to just dive in and just see what's here and kind of decide, what do I want to start finishing first? Because I'm hoping that I'm going to find some treasures that like I've kind of forgotten about, and maybe those are the ones I want to finish first. Instead of just kind of picking things up randomly one at a time. So, okay, so this I'm going to pick up first just because it's like right here on top. So this is a kit by Taft that I had picked up forever ago at my local yarn store. And it may look like it's a finished object, but I had made this. Absolutely love it. Fun little leopard print. And I love that it's like a whole kit. It comes with like all the yarn and the pom-pom and even the needles that you need and the pattern. So I've made it, but it is so small. It doesn't fit my head. It just doesn't fit anybody's head. I even tried to gift it to somebody and it didn't fit their head either. So I picked this up first because I already knew that I was going to frog this. But I definitely want to reknit it. I actually very much enjoyed knitting it. It was really fun. But I definitely want to remake it, especially because like I have the whole kit. Like it came with this really fun pom-pom. And I have quite a bit of yarn left over. So I have plenty of yarn to reknit this. I had to use the needles that it came with. But I'm going to use the next size up because it was definitely too tight. I didn't gauge swatch. I just used the needles that came in the kit. I just wanted to use the kit. Like, can you do this? Can you just buy a kit and use it? And I feel like it's such a great idea to have this wonderfully packaged kit. But yeah, you still have to gauge swatch, and unfortunately the needles that come with the kit might not be the needles that work for you, and that was the case for me. I need a larger needle, so I'm going to go up a needle size. And then the other thing too is that I believe the instruction said that as soon as you're done with the color work to just start the crown decreases. And I had known that it looked way too short, and I was like, oh, I should probably at least like knit some length before I do the crown decreases. And I might have been able to save the hat by just at least doing that, but yeah, so it's way too short, it's way too small, but I want it. The yarn is wonderful. It's an alpaca blend. No, it's 100% wool. Wow. I actually thought it was an alpaca blend because it's very soft. It's very, very soft, and it has this like really nice halo on it. So, I didn't realize it was just wool. I thought it was an alpaca blend, but it's very nice wool. And like I said, I enjoyed it. It's just a hat. It should go pretty quick. I just need to find a weekend to just sit down and do that. So probably as soon as I finish something, this is going to be my next kind of small project that I'll do. It's really just finding like an evening to actually rip out this. Ugh. And yeah, so that's that. So that's my first one. So this is, I guess this is a keep. I should probably start making piles, right? So I guess this is a keep, even though it's a frog. It's a frog that I'm going to keep. This one, I feel like I might have talked about this one on my channel a while ago. Look at this yarn bowl. I picked this up at Rhinebeck, no. I think I picked this up actually at the Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. I want to say. I had this for a few years, but it's like carved wood, but the like the grains have been filled in with this like turquoise. Just really pretty, and it's big. I like how you can fit one of these giant skeins in here, or just a bunch of different skeins. So I have one of these giant skeins. This is actually from Miss Babs. It's a Yowza skein, and this is BFL. And originally I was going to just make one giant shawl out of it. I'd actually started this on vacation, and this is actually a great like skein to bring on vacation because you don't have to deal with like multiple skeins, and it just like fit nicely in a project bag. But I got really bored with it, super bored. And it said it is beautiful, like it will be a beautiful shawl. It's one of those things that I probably could just, I think it's actually supposed to go this way. I probably could just like, suck it up and finish it kind of a thing. But I'm just so bored with it. There's like no joy. And it is the shawl, I believe it's called Lava Lake by Stephen West, and it's the type of shawl that's written to be a fade. And I feel like it's the fade that makes it exciting because it's just the same repetitive pattern over and over and over again, but it's the fade that makes it exciting because you're constantly changing colors. And that's what kind of keeps you engaged, even though you're actually just doing the same thing over and over. And I very much love this yarn, and because it's a BFL, it's just got a little bit more of a toothiness to it, and I think it would just be so much better suited as like a pullover or a t-shirt or some sort of garment. So I had taken the needles off this a while ago, and it's kind of a great size where I do think it'll actually make a nice little bandana cowl. So I wanted to bind this off and just kind of seam it a little bit so that I can just have it be a little bandana cowl. I think it'll be a really nice, like, for spring, because, you can just tie it and it's like just enough for spring where, it's not heavy fabric, but you just, those chillier spring days where you just need a little something, but maybe not gobs of fabric. So I did want to kind of finish it, but not as like the full shawl. And I feel like I made that decision literally like probably 2 years ago, and I just still haven't done it. And it's been sitting on my winding table for so long. So I think I'm going to continue with that decision, but if it's not done by the end of this year, I'm just going to pull it all out. Like it's like it's got to be done. And I feel like I should do it before it is spring so I could potentially use it. And then I would like to use that yarn for some kind of garment. Okay. These two I think are easy. This, unfortunately, is going to be a frog. This is a doodle pattern. I wanted this to be a scarf, and it's in my Empire Estate. I absolutely love it, and I do want to restart this at some point eventually. I have so much in my queue, so I'm not going to put this in the frog and restart pile, just because I just have so many projects going on. But I just don't like the gauge on this. It's just way too tight. It's way too puckery, and I just don't like the fabric it's making. And I've done so much more color work with this yarn since, and I've since gone up to needle sizes with other sweaters and stuff, and the fabric that it makes with color work is so much better. So essentially, I just picked the wrong needle size, But I mean, other than that, I do love the way that it was coming out. I know it's like such a shame to rip it out, but I'm hopeful that someday maybe I will come back to this. I really just wanted like a really pretty long scarf that just had all these little pretty doodles. I was going to do all different colors, so this was going to be to use up a lot of the Empire Estate scraps that I have from all different projects. So again, I do hope to come back to this, but I think for now it's just going to go into the frog pile. And if someday maybe I want to come back to a scrappy Empire State project, then I can make that decision at a later date. So that's in the frog pile. Here is another Empire State project. This is a hat. It's so cute. Look at the snails. I absolutely love it. So this one is the project that I had totally lost at Yarn Chicken. So this is all that I have left, and I still have quite a bit of the crown decreases to go. And I just didn't want to cake up a whole nother skein of the color Empire to just do the top of the hat. But I had actually, like right when I was doing this, I had commissioned a sample maker to make a cinnamon and bourbon sweater using this color. So I had set this aside hoping that there would be some yarn left over from that sweater, and indeed there was. So that way I could use the leftovers from that sample and I wouldn't have to go into a whole nother skein. So this has actually just been sitting in a pile that kind of got buried and lost on my desk as I was like trying to just gather all these projects. I was like, oh my gosh, that hat I've been like waiting to finish. So this is definitely going to go into the finish pile, which hopefully this will be my like small project finish pile, because I call them like my snacky projects. Like they shouldn't require you know, more than a week or two to finish, because I've already started the decreases. The trick is going to be to figuring out where I am in the decreases, but technically this shouldn't take me more than an evening. I just have to find that skein of Empire now, or that cake, but I've got a box of all of my Empire Estate scraps, so I just got to dig that out and I can get that finished, and I'm really excited for this. It's just so cute with the snails and the flowers. This is another doodle pattern, so these are just doodles. I think they're from like the spring collection by Jamie Lomax. They're either in the Doodle directory book or they're in one of the card decks. So this is the Doodle directory book by Jamie Lomax. And this is actually, so on the cover, this scarf, this is actually what I was trying to make, which is kind of funny. So it's this scarf that's right on the cover is what I wanted. And I'm gonna keep it in my queue. I'm just gonna, in terms of this project of finishing all my whips, I'm just not gonna commit to it for this year, because There's too much. There's like, we haven't even gotten to the pile. This is just stuff that like I found around my yard room. We haven't even gotten like into the actual pile. This is just things I've collected. Okay, so I have no idea what's in this bag, so this is gonna be great. Super cute little bag. Oh, I forgot about these. So this is a pair of socks. Oh my goodness. So this is a pair of socks. These must be my BFL sock, which I haven't carried this yarn in so long. I miss it very, very much. The only reason I stopped carrying it is there was a shortage of it maybe 2 years ago, so I just kind of had to pivot away from it. I can get it now, but it just hasn't been in the shop for a while. I love it so much. And this is We Fell in Love in October. We Fell in Love in October on BFL socks. So it looks like I have finished one sock with, I think this is when the curtain hit the cast for the heel. And then, so I just have a second sock to do. So this is actually a great find. So it looks like it just must be is this BFL? I've never done BFL minis, so this just must have been like a leftover from something. And then it looks like I have quite a bit of that. So this is actually a great find. Because I always love socks for, like, I'll keep this bag, like, I'll keep sock projects in my purse. Because these are like great like car projects, or just like, you know, whenever you kind of find yourself somewhere that you just need something small to work on. So I am so glad that I found this project. It's funny, I don't even remember like where I got this bag. I wonder if this was in, so this bag says that it's from Twice Sheared Cheap. So I wonder if this bag was in the Christmas Advent from Twice Sheared Cheap that I opened last year. It's so cute. But it's like such a great size. I love these. And you always have to be careful with the zipper. I like put my finger, now I've caught the fabric. I always put my finger under the zipper so I don't catch my yarn. And then I caught the fabric. Okay. So I always love this size bag too, especially for socks. This kind of like pencil or cosmetic case. It's funny, I've been noticing that I've been purchasing a lot more like just cosmetic bags, because they're just kind of like that perfect size, and especially because you can load them up with like your notions and stuff, to put in like your larger project bags. Coming to investigate. Okay, so this is a great find, and I think I'm actually going to put this in my purse right now. If you follow me on like Instagram or any of the social medias, I actually just finished a pair of fingerless mitts, and that was like my tiny kind of purse project. So perfect find. It's like I have another tiny bag, and I love that this is clear. Absolutely love that this is clear. Again, I don't know where this bag came from, but I love that it's clear because you can see in the bag. And I do know what project this is, and I have to finish this project. So this is called, it's from Park and Knit, and it's, okay, I know what project it is, and I don't know what it's called, but it's called like Bow Bonnet or Big Bow Bonnet. It's, I don't know. Okay, this is one I'll have to like look up the official name for, but it's by Park and Knit, and it's the pattern where it's literally a bonnet. It's like a winter bonnet, and oh, I got hair in my mouth, and then you make a tie, so that you tie the bottom of it with a bow. So that's why it's like, feel like it's got like Big Bow Bonnet or something like that in the name. And it just looked so adorable and so cute for winter, which hopefully winter is, I mean, I live in Western New York, so we've got another like 2 months of winter. It's the end of February. It just looked so adorable. It just was so pretty. It was so cute. And the pattern called for fingering held double with a mohair. And again, this is a project, I bet I started this 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I started it whenever it came out. I literally snapped up this pattern like on release day. It was so cute when it was posted that I bought it on release day. And I know that this is definitely some leftovers. I had knit a shawl using this because this is my Illumination yarn in the color Genesee River Sunset Cruise. So Illumination is a single ply silk blend, and this is the same color, just in the mohair. So these must both be leftovers from some project. I don't know what this would be a leftover from, but this was, I definitely did a dotted raise in this color. So hopefully I have enough for the hat. So I did the sash. Absolutely not, mister. I don't know if he's like in frame, but he wants this. Excuse me, but no. He knows when he's being naughty because he starts purring. You can sit nicely. Okay, so I've only done the sash, and I actually did start the hat of it. So you start at the crown with just like the magic circle, and you start out. And I had a really hard time with it, and I did actually frog that a while ago and was just going to start when I had time, and I've just never started it. So I absolutely want this project. It's definitely going to be one that I'm probably going to have to sit down and concentrate on that magic circle again. I have done another magic circle since because I've started a muscle burrow hat. I do remember, you know, again, it was like fiddly, but I got it better. Because the Illumination yarn, because it has silk in it, is a little slippery, so I feel like it makes that magic circle, you know, like just that little tiny loop that you start with at the tippy top, just makes it a little bit hard because it's just fiddly to hold on to because it's so slippery, but I'm going to give it another go. So in that keep pile, oh, we're still not into the pile. This is my basket for a very long time, and eventually, I think once I get past some of my kind of projects that I'm kind of trying to get through right now, this will come back to being my fiber night project. So this was in a nice convenient basket that I could just grab and bring to Fiber Night, which is my weekly meetup group. Kind of like a knit night group, but all fiber crafts are welcome. And oh, speaking of my muscle burrow hat, my muscle burrow hat is in here, which I started 2 years ago, and just I got really bored with it, so I haven't knit on this in forever. No, biting my basket. Yeah, so that's just been in here and unfinished. So we'll add that to the snacky project pile. But in here, this has been just such the perfect knit night, fiber night, you know, your knitting with friends project. This is the Botanic shawl by Stephen West. And I think it goes this way. So it just is very, very slowly getting bigger and bigger, but it's funny, I probably only get like one color section repeat in, you know, every Wednesday that I've brought this, so the growth has been super small, but it is growing. I love the pattern. It's super easy to memorize, and I've been working on this in my American tweed, so it's a non-superwash fingering weight tweed. It is so incredibly soft. It's a very fluffy yarn, and I love how you can see those tweed bits. So I will say the one thing that, you know, I kind of, you know, kick myself on the butt a little bit is that this was written to use like one like solid color and like a gradient or a self-striping or something, and you know, I always have to be a little bit extra And so I chose 5 colors. And so there's just so many ends. So I have been, you know, weaving in as I go, so it, you know, I don't have to deal with that. But I do feel like it's just made things a lot slower, but it looks beautiful. So this is something that eventually when I do have it and get to wear it, I'm going to just be so proud and I'm going to absolutely love it. But it has been a slow burner of a project. I started this. So this is with the first collection of American Tweed that I ever dyed. So that means that I started this in 2024, would have been probably the winter of 2024. I remember working on this at a retreat in March of 2024. So it has been a slow burner, but I have been working on this consistently. I mean, it's definitely one that gets put down a lot for other projects. But like I said, you know, I keep it in this basket, and it's just nice to be able to grab and go, you know, when I do have like a craft night or something. So I will continue to keep it in my little to-go basket. And I don't know. So, okay, I don't want to like set myself up for like, I don't know if I'll finish it by the end of the year, because like that, no, like I said, we're going to finish everything, but I kind of like how I have this like, you know, slow making project. So I can't start like giving myself permission to not finish stuff. We will address it later in the year if we need to. Okay. What do we have in the bee bag? This is by Home Row Fiber Co. I believe that they have since changed the name of their shop, but at the time that I purchased the bee bag, it was Home Row Fiber Co. I think it's now Home Row Handcraft. Love their bags. I've got a bunch. Oh, so in here, this is what I was working on quite steadily and put down probably right before Christmas to work on some of the Christmas and Advent projects. This is just a cowl that I've been kind of freehanding. It is a pattern that I was hoping to write up. So it is a pattern that I've been taking very good notes and with the intention to publish this. So it's this beautiful, like, kind of braided cable stitch. I don't know, it's like a puffed cable stitch. And I'm just like obsessed with it. I love the texture that it gives. I absolutely love it. And it's surprisingly very easy to do. It's like it's just like a dip stitch. And I really enjoy doing this. And so I am using yarn from Cumulus Fiber Co. So this is their Somme DK. So it is a really neat yarn to work with. It's a DK yarn, but it is a blown yarn. So it's got a cotton core, but this like fuzzy part, it's like blown into that cotton core. So it's very pretty. And this is their Rainbow Sprinkles colorway. That's just so pretty. So I had picked up a whole bunch of skeins of this at Vogue Knitting Live. It was either 2023 or 2024. And so I've had it in my stash for a little bit and just didn't know what to make. And I just thought, you know, it's just so soft and a nice warm cowl I just thought would just be wonderful. So I am doing it in a tube with the intention to graft closed. So it'll be a nice, super warm, cozy cowl. So this will continue to stay in the whip pile. And yeah. So far I have like no rejects. Okay. But we have made it to the pile. This bag is so cute. It's very large. I'm a little worried, but it's got all these really cute animals on it. What's inside? Ooh, okay, okay. So this is my painting rainbow shawl. Oh, and I'm like, this is a shawl that I'm like so close to finishing it, but at the same time, this border is I remember was taking so long to do that I am so far from finishing. So this is Painting Rainbows. It's a Stephen West pattern. It's a crescent shaped shawl. You start at the top and you just do, you know, one color at a time. I am using my Ellis yarn. This is a yarn, this was my very first New York State custom spun yarn. It is a heavy lace weight, light fingering, depending on your interpretation. It's, I think it's 600 yards per skein. So it's a lace weight by definition, but it works well as a fingering weight because the way that it blooms, it really does fill in the fabric so well. But I do remember one of the things that I kind of, my one like regret here is that I had gone down a needle size from what was recommended. And I feel like I should have either stayed at the same or even gone up a needle size, because using the smaller, thinner yarn, I do feel like I've just kind of missed out on a little bit of that size factor of the shawl, especially because this particular fiber blend is it's a Rambouillet, which is from the same farm as my Empire State yarn, but it's mixed in with a little bit of fin wool as well. So it has so much elasticity and memory. So it will block out to, you know, where it should straighten out and get neat, but it's not going to grow. It's going to stay the same exact size. And so I do feel like, you know, I just kind of wish it was a little bit bigger. So I do like the fabric it's making, so I wish I'd either kept going a little bit longer in the body, or that I had gone up a needle size or two to just get this a little bit bigger of a shawl. However, this border, so you do a knitted on border, and this border takes forever. Absolutely forever. This border, so I flew through this shawl. I remember flying through it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have this shawl done in a month. I flew through this shawl. This border is taking me years, literal years. I picked this up all the time. I don't think I've picked it up in over a year, but I was picking this up all the time. And this border is literally years. And I still have so much to go. Like, it doesn't look like it, but it oh my gosh. So I really do want to finish this. Look at all these ends. I was weaving them in with a tiny crochet hook. Ugh. It's absolutely stunning. This is going to be a complete showstopper. It's absolutely stunning. I want this piece so much. But there's a lot of work to do on this. This is not a small snacky project. And so it's in a big bag because I have all of the yarn in here. And there's gonna be a lot left over. So all of these are, because I use so many colors. I think I use like 8 colors. So these are all like I could still do like another whole shawl, except that I don't have a lot of the main colors, the problem. But yeah, like if I had a different main color, I could do another whole shawl. But okay, anyway, stay focused. So this is not a snacky project, but this is one I really do want to finish. So I'm just gonna have to kind of think about when I'm gonna pick this up, because I'm gonna need time. So I had to get up and take a little bit of a stretch break. My legs were just not having it sitting in the folded position, but I'm back and let's get back to the pile. Okay, so I have this super cute little pink alpaca bag, and I have no idea what's inside of here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I totally forgot about this project. And I love that it's like halfway in the middle too. Like classic abandoned whip. This is the Rude Kids shawl by, oh my gosh, their Instagram name is Mongrel Knits. It's Catherine Katie. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this. So I have very much enjoyed working on this project. So this is a shawl. It's a color work shawl, and it's like these checks. It's a triangle shawl, and it's got this really fun like sawtooth edging on it, and it's a triangle. You start at the tip and it grows, and it's color work with these checks, so you can see the reverse side. And I started this, oh my gosh, 2-3 years ago. I started this when the pattern first came out. This designer is local to me, and I was very new to color work. This might be just like, you know, my 3rd or 4th color work project, like kind of, you know, baby color work projects. And I definitely, as you can see, was having a lot of kind of issues with tension, and still hadn't really figured out like catching floats and stuff. So I feel like I was getting a little frustrated with the tension, and just kind of how messy the back was looking. And I feel like every time I pick this up, I'm like, I love the project for the pattern and the project and the object. But I think I'm just a little frustrated with my own work. So yeah, every time I find this, I'm like, should I rip this out? Because I don't know, I'm just not pleased with my own work. Like I look at this and like I said, it's just very, very puckery. You know, like I said, I was just still kind of figuring things out. You know, I can see, I'm wondering if I should just try to block this and kind of see what it does, because when I stretch it, it does, you know, like those floats. So when I say I stretch it, like those floats aren't like pulled, like there's plenty of room there. So I am hoping that it will just actually block out, because, you know, those floats are long enough. So I don't know. So this is actually knit in my American Merino Dream. I had to like remember the name there. So this was, it used to be a new yarn, and sadly it's now a discontinued yarn. It was kind of a yarn that the mill was trying, and I think just, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's an American merino wool, and it is mercerized. So it's just a little bit of a different superwashing process that makes it incredibly soft. So it has the feel of a cashmere, and it makes it even more washable. So it's just a very resilient yarn, super soft, very washable. I love the way it feels. I love the way it knits. I absolutely love this yarn. I love the way it dyes. But I was super excited when it first came out, and it, you know, it was going to be my core foundation fingering weight yarn. But I guess enough dyers just weren't into it, or, you know, just heard that name mercerized, and were just, I don't know what this is. And so sadly the mill has like since discontinued it. So yeah, so it's gone. So it has now since been replaced by my Ghost Town fingering, which is the Shanico wool, which is the Merino Rambouillet, which is a crossbreed. So it is still American sourced. It's just a little bit different. I still love it so much. But I did very much love this yarn. So this was, I believe these were just 2 test batches. I want to say that these were like the 2 very first skeins that I ever dyed, of literally just testing this yarn. So these are like 2 little one-of-a-kinds. And I really do want to finish this. I don't even know, like, I don't even know what row I'm on though. Like, I don't know where I am, what row I'm on. I don't know how far I have to go. This is going to go, I think, towards the bottom of the am I going to finish it pile, because I'm going to have to sit down and figure out where I am. And like I said, this is a project I really want to knit, but I kind of think I want to like rip it and start over. I'm not sure if he's in the camera frame, but a puppy sneaked in with me and he's snoring quite loud, so you're gonna have puppy snores here. Yeah, so I just don't know if it's, yeah, I kind of want to just start over and do it right. Like, now that have more color work under my belt, I've gotten really good at doing the two-handed color work, and so it's just easier now. I feel much more confident in my color work, and I feel, especially the back of it, I feel that I could make the wrong side of it much neater, which normally it's like, you know, whatever, it's the inside. But because it's a shawl, it has you're more likely to see it, the wrong side of the work. So I kind of want that wrong side to look just as nice as the right side. So that's why I think I might, I don't know, I might rip it. I think, guys, I'm doing it. It's going in the frog pile. It's in the frog pile. I think I'm going to rip it. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think I might want to rip it and restart it in some of my new winter colors. Like, I think doing it in kind of like a semi-low contrast. So I have a new color called January that's like a speckly light blue, and another color called Lake Effect that's like a darker kind of, it's technically like a semi-variegated yarn, but it doesn't really look like it because it's semi-variegated with so many dark shades of blue. I feel like that might be really pretty because I'm like looking at them. So yes, so I think it is a frog, but I'm gonna knit that shawl. I'm gonna knit it. Ooh. This needs to get moved back up to the top of the list. So this is a great project. This is one that I actually only started last year. So this is not a long languishing whip. This is in a Grape bag. This is like one of my favorite bags. Again, this is like the perfect size. I love that it's got like the leathery bottom so it like doesn't get dirty. It's from Toy Shared Sheep. Not sponsored, and it's got like the Notions pouch on the back. What do I got in here? I got so much crap in here. Oh my gosh. Got like a pouch of stitch markers, not even opened. Got so much stuff in here. That'll be the other thing, going through the project bags to like rescue all of like my notions that I've just lost. So this I started last year. I believe I might have started this just on, I remember starting this on an airplane. So I was flying somewhere, and so it's just like a one skein wonder project, but I'm doing this with some hand spun yarn. How pretty it is. It's got like a little bit of sparkle in this hand spun. So this is the Traveler Cowl by Andrea Mowry. Oh my gosh, look at that sparkle. And I was working on this pretty steadily. Like, it started off as a travel project, and then I was working on this. This was my at work project for a very long time. I like kept it on my desk, and just, you know, if I was in like a Teams call or just, you know, had a few minutes or whatever, I would pick this up. So I was making really good progress on this, and I can't remember why, like what this got substituted with. But I started working on something else, like you do. And so this got brought home, and something else got brought to work, that was deemed more important. And yeah, it just got buried and forgotten. So I'm really glad, I'm glad that this got pulled out again because I want this at the top of the list. I do not have much to go. So I'm in the decrease section. Yeah, I bet if I focused on this, so I do think this could be considered like in that snacky project pile, because I do think if I were to just spend some focus time on this, I bet I could be done with this in a week or two, because I'm on the decreases. I'm trying to figure out what the point is. I got to reorient myself with this project, but I'm on the decreases, and I feel like is it this way? I don't know, but I know I'm very close to being able to sew it together and be done. So that's nice. I mean, I don't have much yarn left. That's it. So this was a pretty big skein to begin with. I can't believe that's all the yarn I have left. I feel like I have to be done. This is all I have left. This was a pretty big skein. I think it was like 150 grams. But oh my gosh, if that's all I have left, then yeah, I guess I'm done. How does this go? Is that the point? Or is it like this? Ah, okay. It's like this. There we go. That's long. It's like very long. I don't know why I made it so long. But that's it. Okay. So I'm going to put this in the snacky project pile. Okay, what's this? There's another one that I have no idea what's in here, but this is like one of my favorite project bags. So I want to rescue this project bag. It's got like cats and plants on it. And I like that it's like a drawstring. Ooh, okay. This project needs to be finished. Oh my goodness. Here's another project that I'm doing in my Ellis yarn. So this was my first custom spun yarn. I don't know that I have any Ellis listed in the shop anymore. I do still have some skeins, but there's like not a lot. Like there's like less than 15 skeins, and I might have pulled everything off of the website just because there was just so few left that I figured it's probably even just hard to kind of make projects with at this point. So I've kind of pulled them all off and I guess just considered it my own stash at this point. But I should look to see what I have, and maybe if I do have enough, put them back up on the website. But it's pretty much done. If it is on the website. So this is, what's the name of this pattern? It's a petite knit pattern, and I'm blanking on the name. I want to say it's the Cumulus blouse, something like that. And so I'm knitting it in the Ellis, and then I'm also holding a strand of Surrey alpaca. This I got from So Happy Jane, and I loved, look at how well these match. Like, I couldn't believe it when I saw this. And this was, at the time I didn't have Surrey alpaca in my own shop, so I loved this. And the fabric it's making is just heaven. So I'm on the one sleeve, so I just have 1.5 sleeves to go. And looks like it's like really oversized, which is just so nice. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Oh my goodness, I need to finish this. Look at how cozy this is. I wonder if I have to like go back and do something to the neck, or is it just like, is this just the neck? I don't remember. But I don't have a lot of this Surrey left, so I'm almost wondering if I need to just kind of stop and do like a 3/4 sleeve kind of situation, because there's not a lot of that sleeve left. So got some fuzz. Oh my goodness. So this is, I will need a little bit more time on this just because I do have a full sleeve and a half to go, or at least a full sleeve. I guess I have to make that decision of what I'm going to do. I feel like I would have liked to have full sleeves on this, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough yarn for that. It's probably why I stopped. I was probably like, oh, I'm not going to have enough yarn. I'm not going to keep going. But that's so nice. That's really nice. Oh my gosh, I want this garment. Okay. Can't believe I just stopped. Like, ugh. I'm so annoying to myself. So this is in the absolutely need to finish. So this needs to go in, okay. I'm making a priority lane here. So this is a larger project, but this is going to be my next up large project. Okay, what are you? Oh, okay. So this is kind of I'm not going to include this in this year's challenge, and I'm not going to make exceptions, but this is why. This is a Scrappy project. So this is one that I had started last year. Oh boy. I had started last year as just kind of like a fun Scrappy project where I was taking the ends of DK weight skeins, so, you know, things that I'd already used, and I was making, I think they're hexagons. I'll have to, either hexagons or octagons. I think they're hexagons. And just making crochet hexagons with the intention of someday sewing them all together as a blanket. And so I've just been collecting, you know, as I finish things, different colors that I thought would look nice together. I do have some full-size skeins in here. It looks like these were, like, I don't even know what this is. This is probably just like a test skein, and it's lost its label, so I don't even know what it is. Same thing with this. It's probably, I was going to say, I would assume it would be my DK Merino, but the fact that it's in here, it's probably a test of something else and it's lost its label. So it's probably from a different mill that I was like testing out. And because it's lost its label, it's not something that I can, I mean, I can destash it, but I don't even know what the yardage is to tell somebody what it is. Anyway, so I thought it would just look pretty. So I'm not going to count it as part of this year's, you know, finish it goal, because it is just a use my scraps kind of thing. It's not really like, it's not really like a whip. It's just there. Okay. This is my Buffalo Bills bag, and I don't think I have an active whip in here. So I'm going to be really surprised if there is something active in here, but I do think I just have my Buffalo Bills yarn in here because I did want to make more Buffalo Bills themed doodly things. And okay, I am right. I do have like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pull this out. Talking about like saving your notions. Like there's just so many notions that I'm finding. So yeah, so I am a big Buffalo Bills fan, and I had done a whole line of yarn this past fall, which I do plan to dye again. I get asked all the time when I'm going to do more Buffalo Bills yarn, and I will definitely do it again once the season kicks back up. So this was like the variegated color, and I've got all the other colors in here. So yeah, so this is not an active project, but I just liked how I could keep all of the colors in here, so that when the season picks back up and I wanted to make another cowl, I actually gave the cowl that I made to my sister, so now I need to make a new cowl, potentially some hats, and it's just, that's all ready to go. So that'll just go away for now. All right, another super cute bag, something crinkly. I don't know what's in here. Oh, I need to know what was crinkling. Oh, little packaged stitch marker. Okay, so this is an unstarted project. So this looks like I caked up a sock set and then just never started it. So this is my Sam Patch colorway. And this looks like my Sam Patch sock set. So this came with 2 colors. And the other color is not in here, which means I have stolen it for another project. And I'm trying to remember, what did I steal it for? I kind of vaguely remember taking that skein for something else, that mini skein. And so now I need to figure out, oh, I must have started it. I must have started this, and I don't know why. Okay, so this is a mess. So it looks like I started it. I don't even remember starting it. Looks like I started it and ripped it out for some reason. And it's also missing one of the mini skeins. And I do remember taking that mini skein because I wanted that color for something else. But I also remember that I was gonna put it back so that I could still use it for this pair of socks. So now I have to track down that mini skein. But anyway, so I haven't started this pair of socks, so just because I had caked it up and intended to, does it count as I need to finish it? I don't know. What do you think? It's like caked up and it's in the bag and like in my whip pile, but I guess I did start it. So okay, it counts, it counts. But yeah, this is my Sam Patch. So usually when I cake up for socks, I'll make like one big cake and then I'll weigh it and keep the cake on the scale while I wind off half. So then I like to do my socks not 2 at a time on one needle, but simultaneously. So this way I have 2 50-gram cakes. If I can't find that other skein, I think it's like a dark navy blue. I'm trying to remember what that sock set looked like. I'm pretty sure it's a dark navy blue. If not, I'll just do the one color for my contrasting heels and toes. So I have the one active socks. It was this bag, right? I'm losing track. Okay, so I have the one pair of active socks. So I wanted to do that one first. So I'll do this one second. Oh my gosh, we still have like so much to go. There's like, I feel like we're just getting to like where the basket probably should be. I need to take another quick break. It won't be a break for you though, but I don't know, let's go get a coffee or something. Are we ready for more project bags? I don't know if I am. All right, we're gonna keep going. I swear, there has to be a bottom to this basket. All right, so, oh, I peeked. I love this project bag so much. This is by Beautiful Sisters. It's got like this honeycomb. And yes, I grimaced. This is a project where I feel like I've come so far that to just frog this, but I still have a whole sleeve to go. I started, this is probably 4 years old now. So I started this pullover and I don't hate it. I don't know. I just feel like it's just not something that I'd really wear. It's very fitted. And there's just like some details that I've just hated and I've already like have pulled them out before and try to fix and I just don't. So the first thing that I know that I hate about this is so like instead of like just normal ribbing for things like cuffs, there's like this moss stitch and I feel like, you know, it's an attempt at a creative detail, but it makes the fit just friggin' weird. I don't know. I also don't know if there's short rows on this, so I'm like nervous about like the fit in that regard as well. Let's just see. I know I had to undo the hem at one point because it was like, because the bottom like doesn't have ribbing, it was like weirdly tight. I just feel like the whole thing is like kind of weirdly tight. Like am I ever gonna wear this? Like the sleeve has like a weird bell. And I feel like that could be fixed if it was cinched, maybe. So I don't know. This is one where I don't know. I have no idea what to do about this. I'm never gonna wear it. So I don't know if I ever want to finish it. But is it even worth like frogging? Like, I have no idea what to do about this project. I do very much like the yarn, but it's just, I don't know, to go through all that effort of ripping out an entire sweater, I just can't. So the yarn that I'm using, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is my classic sock yarn base that I haven't carried in a while, so it's just, it was a 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Love this yarn. Really the only reason I kind of switched over to something new is to just try to kind of lower that nylon content a little bit, to just try to reduce the amount of plastics we're putting into our knitting and our clothes. But I do very much love this yarn. It's super soft, but it's also a workhorse yarn because it does have that nylon in there. So it holds up so well. So it's one of those ones where I really love it. And I'm always tempted to bring it back, but again, it's just trying to be a little bit more conscious of plastics and whatnot. So I switched over to the soft sock. It's a little bit more of a softer yarn, lower micron, and it only has 15% nylon, so compared to the 25% nylon. So just a little bit of a reduction in the plastics, but you still get the nylon in there. Anyway, so this is my colorway called Museum of Play, named for the Strong Museum of Play here in Rochester. And it's meant to just look playful, youthful, and kind of like, you know, like a child took like a little bit of crayons to the yarn. And this is called Sea Breeze, also a Rochester colorway. Sea Breeze, like our theme park, it's like a water park and ride park down near, I think it's technically in the city, but I call it around Quay. And so it's like a really pretty aqua color, like a sea breeze. And so I really like them together. The colors are really pretty. Just love the way, especially that Museum of Play speckles. I feel like that would just be a really pretty color for just a sweater on its own, because it's a very subtle speckle. So it's super pretty, and I don't know, maybe I will frog it and make it into something else, because I feel like it would just be a very pretty, just kind of loose, breezy, summery t-shirt, and not this weirdly fitting thing that I'm never going to finish. So you know what? Frog pile. We're going to do it. We're going to frog it. I hate this thing. Like I said, I'm never going to wear it. I hated it so much I didn't even want to frog it. Like, I didn't even want to spend the time on it. But I do very much love the yarn. So, where's my frog pile? Do I have one? I have to, right? Well, I know I'm going to frog this, so... Okay, frog pile. We did it. We're going to frog it. I'm so excited. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I forgot about this. So this is another beautiful sister bag. Adore this bag. I love how it's got like a super moody autumnal print with the spider webs kind of hidden in there. I think I picked this up at one of my downstate Rhinebeck adventures, but probably picked it up at like one of the side events like Indiana Tangled or something. And I cannot believe I forgot about this project. This is it's by Joji Locatelli. The name is going to come to me. The name's going to come to me. It's not. Is the pattern in here? it's not written on like the footer or anything. So yeah, so I forget the name of the pattern. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's right here. So it's a beautiful t-shirt. Like this is just a t-shirt. So it's almost done. Oh my gosh, I'm literally on the bottom ribbing. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how close I am to being finished with this. So I am knitting this in my Ghost Town fingering weight yarn in the colorway Finger Lakes Grape Pie. Such a fun colorway. And it's just a t-shirt, so I will be putting on like a cap sleeve. So I do have to pick up the sleeves and do some finishing work on them, but it's not a full sleeve, so it shouldn't be crazy amount of work. And I am on the bottom ribbing. So, oh my goodness, this needs to go. I actually think I'm going to put it before my Ellis sweater just because there's so little to go on this. And we're heading into spring. I think that this is a project that I feel like I can finish very quickly. So this needs to be a priority project. Okay, priority lane, but this one just went first. All right, what is this? I don't know. It's in just like a random bag. Ooh. Wow, this is another oldie. I think this is from like 2021. Whew, this is another project that is mid-row. Wow, I really was just like, nope. This is the Painting Bricks shawl by Stephen West. I loved knitting on this project. So who knows why it got put down mid-row and absolutely forgotten. Love it. I'm doing it in a very rainbow color, and I am using some glitter yarn. Really pretty. And it looks like, if I remember correctly, it does look like I am at the bottom border. So like I am done with the brick portion. And I know it's hard to tell because I'm in the middle of a dang row, but I do believe that I am on the border where the pattern just changes just a little bit to do a border. So I shouldn't have too much to go with this, but because it is such a giant shawl, I probably have a lot more to go than I think I do. So yeah, this is definitely something that I want to finish, but I probably need like a couple weeks. And once again, I have no idea where I am. I'm gonna need to sit down and figure that out. But I definitely want to finish this. So this is going to go into the finished pile for sure. But it's probably going to have to go into like the longer project pile so that I can make sure that I have a few weeks to spend on this and actually get it finished. It's so pretty. It's going to be really cute. So I'm doing this in yarn from May Apple Farm. I remember it was like this Stellina Sparkle mini skein kit that I had picked up forever ago. And I'm not sure what the main skein is. It's funny because this looks so much like my New Color Coffee House, but I don't think that this is my yarn. So I have no idea what this is. And there isn't like a ball band in here. So I have no idea. I'll have to look to see if I've made like a project on Ravelry and see if I have recorded that, because I have no idea what it is. But it's a really pretty color. It's definitely different from my Coffee House because this looks more like kind of plum rather than blue. But it's really pretty. Okay. So I feel like, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that there's not a lot of frogs so far. I have so much work ahead of me, but this is all like really great projects. But this one, okay, I'm gonna put this over there because we're gonna need a lot of time with that. Oh, okay, this is a frog. See, I said we don't have a lot of frogs. This is a frog. This is an unfortunate frog, but okay, first the bag. Such a cute bag. Like it's got like embroidered butterflies. This is a very unfortunate frog because this is my fault. It's not the project's fault. So I am knitting this in my folk song yarn. This is an Aran weight yarn, so it's like a very plump, heavy worsted weight yarn. It's 100% superwash. It's so soft, and this is the color 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Yes, it is a little bit kind of punny because it is meant to be not so deep that you can't see color. So this is the, I think it's like the Maker's Tunic. I don't know. Okay. Maker's Tunic. Yes, I was going to say, designers need to start putting the name of the pattern in the footer so that it doesn't matter that you haven't printed the first page. This is called the Maker's Tunic by Jennifer Parasini, also JP Knits. And this might have even been technically a test knit, but I had asked to do it just to be a potential shop sample. Regardless, super fail, but it's a sweater that you have to do in pieces and then sew together. And I remember just royally messing up on the front panel. So you actually start bottom up and it's in pieces. And I gotta be honest, it's just not how I prefer to do my sweaters. I love top down and in the round. And I understand that that's probably not the most ideal way to make a garment from a wearability perspective. But from a maker's perspective and a process and how I just enjoy knitting, that is what I enjoy. But I understand from how a garment construction perspective, technically this might be the best way to make a better fitting garment, but okay, we're not here to discuss that. Anyway, so I was just kind of just not enjoying that part of the process. But that's not why I'm going to frog this. So you start at the bottom and you do decreases to get to the armhole. And I remember just not really paying attention like I should have and really messing up the decreases. And I just said, you know what, I'm just going to keep going and we'll make it right on the other panel. And I got to a certain point and I knew that I just wasn't doing it correct again. And look, I have since actually taken the needles out. So I had already decided that this was a frog, but I just never frogged it. But I did actually take the needles out to claim those needles. I just haven't claimed the yarn back yet. And then the other thing I didn't like as well, and that's what kind of sealed it, is I just feel like this was just the wrong yarn for the project. So it's meant to be just like a very kind of boxy, well-structured garment. And this is just such a flowy yarn. It's very soft, very fine yarn. It has a lot of drape. It doesn't have a lot of memory to it. And I was just nervous that it was just going to look a little too floppy, loosey, it being a boxy fit. I was just nervous it was going to look like a smock and not something cute. You know, it's meant to be kind of cropped, and it was already just looking just awkwardly long. So this is the wrong yarn, and it is not the yarn blend that the pattern called for. It did call for a non-superwash rambouillet, and I probably should have stuck to that non-superwash, more elastic, bouncier yarn. But I just thought, oh, you know, well, this is what I have, is kind of what was going through my head, to be honest. And I had swatched with it, and I met Gage, and it's just not the right yarn. It just really isn't. It just is making a fabric that, like I said, it's very clear that this is going to make a garment that doesn't fit the intention. Like, you can just see how, because it's so stretchy, like, look at how, this is just the front panel, and just look at how wide this would just end up being. And yeah, it would just look ridiculous. So this is a frog. Got a lot of yarn in here. A lot of yarn in here. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with all this yarn. Maybe I'll de-stash it, because I just have no idea at this point. But this is definitely a frog. I would still love to make this pattern. It is a gorgeous pattern. So it's potentially still in my queue. Again, this is not the pattern's fault. This is the maker's fault. I just wasn't doing those decreases correctly, and I definitely did not choose the correct yarn for this project. So I will still keep this in my queue, but I need to find different yarn. And so with that, this particular project is going to be completely tabled until all this is done. But you guys, we did it. We did it. We did it. We are at the bottom of the basket. I can't believe it. So that actually like wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I feel like I have a very doable to-do list. Yeah, Logue Bear. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 projects to frog, and one of those is a restart. I've got, I don't know, a pile here of kind of small snacky projects, and I've got 2 large shawls that will require probably a good amount of time. I think that they'll be great summer projects once I can get out on my deck and just really spend some time outside, maybe on the boat. Those are going to be my summer projects. And then I've got 2 garments that I'm absolutely going to finish. One is basically on the home stretch. This one, a little bit of time, but I'm so excited for. And I am so confident now that I actually can meet this goal. Like before, when I first started going through this pile, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to meet this goal. Can I throw some of these bags away and like just, I don't know. But I'm going to do this, you guys. Like I am going to do this. I'm so confident now. So that's a wrap. Hopefully this video wasn't so astronomically long. If you're still watching, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe and come back, because in the next episodes, hopefully some of these are going to be finished objects. And I do have some new objects that I have started. So it's not going to be a full year of just seeing the same projects over and over and over. I do promise there are new projects. The projects that I didn't show are projects, I do have a couple projects that I started kind of towards the end of the year, so I'm not counting them towards this finish or frog goal, because I had started them in like December. And then I do have a brand new project that I actually just started. It's a pretty big one, and I'm super excited about that. And so I tabled that for another episode. And I also didn't share any of my spinning projects. So I included spinning as part of this as well. Like I have a couple big spinning projects that I had started, and I had also put that into my goals as all spinning projects that I had started. I really wanted to get those to completion as well. And so I think I'll share that in another video as well. So with that, my name is Meg. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe. Please do all the things. You can find me on Instagram at megsandco_yarn. And if you want to keep chatting about all of the things, join my Discord group. And yeah, we actually just started a de-stash channel, so maybe some of this frog yarn will end up on the de-stash channel. So until next time, see you later. Happy knitting, happy spinning, happy crafting.